Do you want to know what the market's about to do next?
Oh, I surely want to know what the market is going to do next.
Be sure to tune into this video to find out.
Yeah, I'm super excited. The market had a pretty big green day today. And this morning, you were working at Starbucks, Bryce, but I was telling the pre-market crew, hey, we're looking for a bounce today. And why was I looking for a bounce? Well, we were getting lower lows without a lot of follow through. What that means is every short seller that's trying to short underneath the lows has to stop out as we jab back higher. So we're breaking support and we're coming up. And the market had a really big green day today. And we had a big green day today too. You know, we traded futures, we traded stocks, we traded ETFs, we traded calls, you name it. And I just wanted to cover a SPY technical analysis, talk about GameStop earnings, and give a trade recap. Does that sound good, Bryce?
Sounds good to me.
All right. If anything comes to mind, feel free to let me know.
All right, will do.
We're nicely dressed up because we're doing fun business meetings. And, you know, I just became a licensed producer for Health and Life. So super exciting stuff. Actually, I'm not licensed. I passed the test. Pretty rigorous test. Either way, SPY over here, nice big green day. 1.8%. That's a big green day. So what are we looking for into the future? Well, SPY, this rally is likely to be short-lived. This is nothing but a short squeeze. Nothing but a short covering rally. And if we take a look at the SPY on the left here and then the VIX on the right, what's the VIX, Bryce? Do you know what the VIX is?
The fear index?
Yeah, it's the fear index. It also measures volatility. So how far things are likely to expand. How far do we go up? How far do we go down? Or are we going to stay in this tight little itty bitty range? Itty bitty ranges are no fun to trade in, but the big ranges are very fun to trade in, right, Bryce?
Right.
Yeah, and you can always buy VIX calls if you think there's going to be some big fearful market event or some crazy pandemic or something like that. Take a look at that. That's when the VIX was at its highest. But the other day, the VIX was like barely up when the market was selling off. So if we take a look at this, market selling off, VIX was kind of like barely up, and then it kind of like flatlined. That was just kind of telling us and giving us the hint that the market was going to rally, because there wasn't that volatility. There wasn't that straight fear. So what happens is the buyers buy the dip. They soak up the liquidity. The short sellers can't get it any lower. They can't drive it lower. You wouldn't want to be shorting after an extended move to the downside, right? You'd only want to be shorting at a rejection of resistance or after a break of support that was not extended, right? Correct. Makes sense, right, Bryce? So basically moving forward on the SPY, I do think that we maybe could get as high as something like this 405 to 407. That would be the biggest stretch bounce I'm expecting. What's more likely to occur is that we fail after 1 or 2 more days of rallying, maybe like at the SPY 402, 403 area. So watch out for a lot of resistance in this overall zone. In terms of buying the dip, I'd maybe take a stab or a dip buy at this about 378 area, 378, but maybe even further down the line. If the bear market continues, I might wait for much, much lower prices on the SPY. So that's the SPY. Check out GME. GME earnings, big pop after hours. We're at 24. We pushed where? To the edge of the expected move. And I was saying, hey, GME, the option chain is pricing in a little bit too much of a move, meaning the option chain was expecting GME to move plus or minus $4. So we closed the day at what, 24? So that means, look, we went up to that 28 and sold on off. If we would have sold off down to like the 20 level, people would have probably been like, yeah, I'm going to buy GameStop shares for 20 bucks, right, Bryce? You got a $20 bill? You want to buy some GameStop stock?
Not I.
You want to increase?
Teach their own.
Yeah, teach their own. Yeah, teach their own. Whatever you think is best for you and your family and your loved ones, right? Right. So GameStop pushes to the edge of the expected move and sells off. That's my trading style, really. I mark the expected move, and then if we start to, touch that level or go extend past it, I like to take that mean reversion trader based off option chain expected moves. Because most of the time, the bell curve, as they say, most of the time, the stock price will stay inside the expected move. The market is efficient, as they say. Markets get inefficient when things get wild, when things get cray-cray, right, Bryce?
Right. Like what?
Yeah. Like, when the VIX was selling off, or when the VIX was going crazy during the panorama, even today, in terms of options, we weren't expecting to go much past that like 395 area. But guess what? If you can't really sell off, the market makers have to hedge, and that's what pushes us higher. So that's on the SPY. It was a great day trading futures. Be sure to use coupon code SAVE80. That extends till next Tuesday, so you can get a $50,000 funded account or an evaluation account for $34. So that does support the stream. It supports the channel. I make like $5 if you sign up for it. Otherwise, I don't really have too much of an incentive to show you that because, yeah. What do you think about the futures trading, Bryce?
I think it's fun to test your skills.
Yeah, Bryce was trading some of the futures even in the sim account, and she was just practicing.
$80.
Yeah, she made $80. So just keep on practicing. Again, what I would suggest to help you pass is use the micros. So use small size. So trade something like MES/MES rather than /ES. That'll help you build a bit of a cushion at a much lower volatility. And then as the days progress, because you need to trade a minimum of 10 days in 1 month, just 10 separate days, it can just be one tiny little trade. After you get your 10 trading days, then really push the size. Then you could trade something like ES. But until then, trade small, use your trail stops, be more protective than aggressive. And again, scalping may be a good way of capitalizing off of the futures trading. So that's SPY, that's GameStop, that's the futures trading. You can also double check your performance. You can see your accuracy, like accuracy 69%. Isn't that hilarious, Bryce? Yeah, hilarious. You got win percentage 80%, 20%, 100% win percentage on the performance account. So super cool stuff. You can track your stats, find out what you're doing well, find out what you're not doing well, but just be mindful of that trailing threshold. And remember, eventually, once you get a performance account, and you've had a performance account for a while, you don't need to worry about the trailing threshold. If you make 10 grand, you can actually start to pull back from your bankroll versus in the evaluation portion, you can't really do that. So I'm happy to answer any questions on the futures trading front. Now let's talk about Weenie Trades trade alerts. Weenie Trades trade alerts have been on fire. I'm going to be going over a trading recap on the Weenie Trades trade alerts real quick. And by the way, Weenie Trades trade alerts are insane. Like literally, the average return is about 20 to 30%, and that's factoring in this little $12 loss on a Cisco put spread. All the open trades are chilling right now, and we just locked in some more wins, and I just wanted to talk about this Disney put debit spread. And again, this was from Friday, and Disney is showing some relative weakness. We have a nice, easy channel lower. So channels are pretty easy to play because you're short towards the top of the channel, and then you take profits towards the low of the channel. And I know we're in fancy suits right now. We got Parker over here. Hi, Parker.
Getting beat up by Peter.
Yeah, Parker's getting beat
Peter's
by
on the
Peter.
Rude. Right there.
There he is. Hi,
Rude.
Peter. He's just playing. He's just having some fun. Basically, what I was saying, though, is that channels are pretty easy, right? Because if you have relative weakness, Disney was down more than the SPY was. We started to pop on Friday, and about 113.50, I was saying, hey, Disney, relatively weak. I'm looking to build a put spread position. So went short Disney right over there. And then on Tuesday, after the long weekend, we get a nice good flush. I take profits right there at about 109.50. So a massive drop for something like Disney. Disney, I tend to trade very well. 4% drop on Disney. So take profits down there. And then today, we started to gap up. I took profits on half, by the way, leaving the second half for a chance to run if Disney wanted to continue to drop. But Disney didn't want to. And then take the other TP as Disney starts to squeeze higher because we're looking at the market likely to go higher. So Disney, relative weakness, top of the channel, take profits when the implied volatility is high, give the second half a chance to run, gave the second half a chance to run, and take out the second half for a small win. So Disney trade alerts telling when I'm entering, when I'm exiting. Again, I'm not telling you what to buy or what to sell. You do whatever you want. But if you want my phone number and you're an intermediate advanced options trader, trade alerts is definitely for you. It's not for you if you can't take full responsibility, which everyone takes full responsibility, which is awesome. Next up, I just wanted to talk about another Weenie Trades trade alert. This one is a little bit smaller, but it just shows how I like to call an audible when the market is showing something that may be concerning. So Again, CVNA, same thing, channel downward. This one, though, has insider buying, meaning the insiders think that the stock is valuable. That makes sense, right, Bryce? You work at a company and you see your share price is lower and you see the inner workings of the business.
So you buy it up.
Yeah, you buy it up. You're like, ooh, I'm going to make some tendies. That's something to really note because insiders only buy if they think the stock is undervalued. Insiders can sell for many reasons, though. An insider might sell because they just need to, get some cash to pay for some taxes, or they want to buy a house or buy a car. But insiders only buy if they think they're going to make some money. Otherwise, they'd park that cash in a savings account. So either way, that's the typical reasoning. I was actually buying the bottom of the channel for Carvana. So just having that fundamental thesis. And the next morning, the SPY looked really, really weak. So I sent out a trade alert saying, hey, I'm taking profits on all CVNA shares, Carvana, and selling the calls at market open. So right there, from low to high, no day trades needed, and you get to swing trade it, and a nice quick 4% profit overnight. The call spreads were about the same price. So again, I like to leg in, buy a little bit there, all out right there. So Carvana, quick little swing trade. But the best one of the best Weenie Trades trade alerts was FSLR. And FSLR is a great example of when you want to buy call options, when you want to build a position in shares. And look at this guy, up 5.64%, pushing up in the after hours as well. Look at this guy in the daily. This is insane. Look at that, Bryce.
Beast mode.
Yeah, beast mode. Starting off at about $60 a share. Support. We got that resistance at 77. Look at that channel. Look what happens when you break out of the channel. All the short sellers inside here are trapped. All the short sellers over here on the gap are trapped. What happens when you're a trapped short seller, Bryce?
You stop out.
You stop out, or you just, if you have puts, you just accept the L. Take the L and just cry. But so that's the biggest reason behind this is it's a big short squeeze, and we're just doing flag after flag after flag. And this is my top setup, one of my best setups, the bull flag towards daily highs. So we have a rally, and then we went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, and then we broke out today. And on the Weenie Trades trade alerts, if we zoom into the hourly time frame, I was saying, hey, FSLR looks really, really strong. Started to buy some FSLR at about 127, alerting, hey, I'm buying FSLR, buying call spreads. I did 3 trade alerts building this position. 3 trade alerts. And I was getting messages saying, hey, this is like a pretty big position. Like, are you confident on FSLR? I said, yes, I'm confident. It can drop if the market drops, but it's not likely to drop. And so at first in at about 127, building the position. I got a little bit more at about 129 right up here, alerting. And today, after FSLR pushed up, I said, okay, stop losses now break even. I usually alert the stop losses when there's something like that on the shares. If I am doing option trades, I don't state the stop loss because it's usually you just have to exit it manually. Can't place a stop on a spread, at least in Robinhood. And even if you can place a stop on a spread, you lose a ton of slippage. So, yeah. Either way, really good trade because I was able to put the stop at break even. And this is just one of those examples where, boom, it just lifted off. We went sideways. It's a rally-based rally. This is when you want to be buying call options. So you want to be buying call options when you think there's about to be a thrust upward, a big thrust upward. So this call option over here, September 16th, 136 strike call, costed $235. And I'm entering this on the stream, on live. I'm saying, hey, I like FSLR. I want to just show what can happen when there's this good of a setup. And you build some good size, and look, 82%, it's now worth $428, and probably sell it on a gap up if it gaps up and just trail it. But in terms of FSLR, you want to be buying calls when you think it's about to explode, right before it's about to pop. If you can grab calls just as it's about to leave the train station, that's where you can get paid really, really well. You don't want to be buying calls if you think it's just going to barely go up or if it's going to go sideways. So in the example of like a V bounce, if you're expecting a V bounce, this would be the point where you want to buy calls. If you're expecting a bounce, but it's like weak or something like that, don't buy calls. No calls. If you think the stock can take a long time, like even right here, this would have been a bad spot for calls because it only went sideways to slightly higher. But if you can get it just before the liftoff, that is the point to grab it. So again, check out Weenie Trades Trade Alerts. It's a great way to support the stream, support the channel. If not, I'm probably going to be raising the prices in the future because Weenie Trades Trade Alerts are paying like 8 to 1 the cost, and that's on the small weenie size. I think based off the accuracy and the results, should probably be going higher, but we need more data to test. That's one of the biggest things. I need more time to see what the true stats are of Weenie Trades Trade Alerts. But other than that, what else is on your mind, Bryce? I just kind of rambled.
Let's see if the market goes up higher.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for FSLR to continue to the upside.
Yeah. Nice dress, by the way.
Thank you.
She was asking me earlier. She was like, I need an excuse to wear this dress. I was like, ooh, we're going to Florida this weekend, so we can do some fun stuff in the dress.
Yes,
me in the dress.
Me in the dress. Just you in the dress?
Yeah, just me in the dress.
I'll stay home.
Yeah. Peter and Parker, look at them. They're ready.
They're here.
They're excited.
Parker, Peter.
Peter and Parker hanging out. Loafed. Bulls and bears in the market. Comment down below what stocks you want broken down.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye.